come.
I told you it wouldn't.
This morning was the last chance.
Monica, if you want to get off jury service, you've got to have a damn good reason. Vera Porchester's Wild Bird's coffee morning is not enough.
There's dozens of people who just love to lounge about in court all day doing nothing.
What's that then? Your call-up papers?
No, it's from the AEA.
AEA, don't tell me. Albanian Earwigs Association? No.
The Atomic Energy Authority.
Oh, silly me, of course. What the hell's the Atomic Energy Authority doing writing to you?
I wrote to them.
You're not still after plutonium, are you?
Mr. Seaglescombe said we ought to use our initiative. He said opportunity comes but once.
With plutonium, once is enough. What do they say?
Well, they say we can't have any.
Oh, the rotten meanies. You were only going to make a very small bomb, weren't you?
It was for our power station.
Ah.
Bernard's going to be choked.
Suppose it's a murder or one of those dreadful spy cases. It could go on for months.
Darling, what are you worried about? You haven't been picked. And even if you are picked, somebody might object to you.
Object? To me? What on earth do you mean?
Well, your appearance.
Edwin, what exactly are you trying to tell me?
Counsel for Defence may think that you look like a stony-hearted, middle-class bigot, not liable to be sympathetic to his long-haired, working-class, hooligan client.
I might well be.
Yes, well, there you are, you see. There you are, you're home and dry. If I were you, I'd walk into that court wearing a large flowered hat, sensible shoes, and carrying a copy of Mein Kampf under your arm. You'll be out of there in 5 minutes.
Who else makes plutonium?
Try the Kremlin.
Oh, I'll get Bernard to write a letter. He's got a proper typewriter.
Jolly good. Make sure he doesn't use this address.
OK, I'm off then. Give him hell, Mum.
See you tonight.
I've just thought. Suppose it's somebody we know, in the dock. Wouldn't that be awful? I'd better be off. Mustn't be late on my first day.
Good morning, Alice.
Good morning, Mr. Thornfield.
What a beautiful morning.
Is it?
Well, of course it is. Mr. Lazenby is at a ghastly meeting in London. Mr. Blundell is in bed at home with flu. It is a beautiful morning. What's the matter with you?
Nothing's the matter.
Oh, come on, something's the matter. Oh, Saudi Arabia, eh? Sheikh Yamani been writing to you again, has he? No, it's Cecil, isn't it? Good old Cecil. Has he named the day yet?
He's been promoted.
Oh, jolly good. What's the trouble then?
He was supposed to be coming home for a holiday next month, but now he can't be spared.
Oh, bad luck. Still, that's the way it goes, isn't it? Well, when did you last see him?
August bank holiday.
Well, that's not bad.
1978.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's sometimes best not to rush into marriage, isn't it?
We've been engaged for 3 years. Ever since then, he's been saving up.
What for, the Isle of Wight?
Says we've got to start off with a nice home.
Well, it doesn't have to be Wembley Stadium, does it?
I think he's found someone else. All bangles and Turkish delight.
No, I'm sure he hasn't. I'm sure you're wrong. No, I mean, not unless he's an Arab. Cecil's not an Arab, is he?
He's from Nuneaton.
Oh, well, there you are, then. Safe as houses, eh? My word, after 3 years in the desert, he'll come home bursting to see you and, you know...
What?
Well, you know... Yeah, forget it, Alice, forget it. Mr. Blundell, I thought you were at home.
Mr. Thornfield, I've been called from my sickbed. I've left Mrs. Blundell in tears.
I'm not surprised. What happened?
I was telephoned by the Works Committee at 8:15 this morning, and the information that the acting chairman imparted drove all thoughts of lemon barley water from my mind.
Yes?
Whose idea was it, Mr. Thornfield? Who gave permission, and why was I not consulted?
I'm sorry, I seem to have missed part one.
Him downstairs.
No, I'm not even warm.
You mean they haven't told you either?
I think that's what I mean, yes.
I give up.
Well, that makes two of us. Perhaps you should both go back to bed.
Tea and them.
Oh, it's a quiz. Oh, you should have told me. It's a quiz. You can join in this, Alice. T and M.
Time and motion.
Yeah. T and M. Now, let's see. T and M.
She got it, didn't she?
That's ridiculous.
A time and motion study. Two of them, a fella and a bird.
No, Mr. Blundell, I'm sorry. I refuse to believe it. We gave a sacred undertaking in 1975. No time and motion studies without full consultations with the union.
I've got a photocopy of that undertaking pinned over my bed. It's the last thing I see each night, apart from Mrs. Blundell.
I absolutely refuse to believe it.
They're down there now taking pictures.
Mr. Bundle, I will get to the bottom of this. I presume that they are in a stoppage situation.
You could call it that.
Yes, call Mr. Walker. Well, they'll soon be back in a working for their bloody living situation. Thank you very much, Mr. Bundle. Thank you.
Mr. Walker,
I will kill him. I will kill him. Granville, Thornfield here. Granville, would you kindly tell me who gave permission for a time and motion study without consulting this office? That's lies, Granville, all lies. They couldn't have got into the building without a pass. You're the one who hands out the passes. Yes, I think that would be a very good idea, Granville. Where do they get these people from? Hello.
Edwin, has something gone wrong?
Good morning, Frank.
We've got all the Hoffman-Pressburger heavies here, including Herman the German, you know, Gottlieb, personnel director from Munich. Guten Abend. Do you know that his plant hasn't lost one single day's production in the past 3 years? Did you know that?
Well, that's because they employ nothing but Yugoslavians, Frank.
I see. What difference does that make?
Well, I mean, if you're 100 miles or so away from home, it's not much fun going on strike, is it?
Did you say fun?
Yeah, that's right, Frank, fun. You see, I mean, our blokes, they're all right because they've got all the pleasures of home right round the corner, but what does a Yugoslavian do in Munich on a wet afternoon if he's not working?
Do you mean that our chaps go on strike as a form of entertainment?
Well, no, I mean, not only that, Frank. I mean, mind you, they do think that they have got Genghis Khan and Attila the Hun here as members of the board of directors. So it's a pretty good reason for leaving the building every now and then, isn't it? But, I mean, it's not all laughs, Frank, not at all. You see, when our blokes go on strike, they not only lose pay, but they're forced to see quite a lot more of their families as well. I think that's why they invented flying pickets.
Your ideas of labour relations are not orthodox, Edwin.
No, I learned in a hard school, Frank.
Herman the German keeps on talking about duty and enlightened self-interest.
Well, Frank, for a man who has got 3 Mercedes and a private ski slope near St. Moritz, I'm not at all surprised.
Envy breeds bitterness, Edwin.
I could have told you that, Frank.
I see we shall have to have a talk when I get back home. By the way, keep an eye on that drunken octopus downstairs, will you?
Certainly. What octopus was that, Frank?
I was talking about the workforce, Edwin. I'll see you tomorrow.
You know, I sometimes wonder which Mr. Lazenby hates most, those above him or those below him.
Edwin, look, this time and motion nonsense. I haven't issued a pass to do any time and motion.
Then where does that party come from that's downstairs, Vogue, perhaps? Country Life?
No, they're just taking some snaps from Munich.
They could be taking snaps from Munich for a time and motion study, couldn't they?
It's a company brochure. Hoffman-Pressburger around the world, sort of a publicity thing.
Granville, why wasn't I told?
But it's nothing to do with you. When it comes to publicity, the workforce is just so much wallpaper.
Oh, perhaps you would care to step into the canteen, where the wallpaper is currently peeling off into a stoppage, and tell them just that.
Stoppage? Why?
You weren't here in '75, Granville, were you? When Munich sent over a detachment of the SS Panzer Grenadiers, they came over to measure the time it took our workers to walk from the bending and pressing bench to the gentleman's lavatory and back again. Now, they came up with the time of 6 3/4 minutes, while in Germany it was 5 minutes 10 seconds. And in Finland it was 3 minutes 55 seconds.
It's a lot colder in Finland. Perhaps our chaps had further to go.
Oh, no. The times were all based on what they call man-distance lavatory walking units. So, you see, they analysed and broke down all the different functions that take place within the 4 walls of the loo. And they came to the conclusion that the fly in the ointment, you see, was the hot water tap in the hand basin. Now, when you turn on the hot water tap in the hand basin, in the workers' gents, you only get cold water, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. So they reason, you see, that our chaps are going in there, switching on the hot tap and waiting for it to get hot.
It never gets hot.
Yeah, you know that, Granville, and I know that, and the workers know that. But the Panzer Grenadiers, they didn't know that, you see? I mean, silly, but they argued that if you turn on a hot tap, eventually, if you wait long enough, you'll get out something more than cold.
Yes, I follow the logic.
Yes. So they recommended that the management install taps that give instant hot water.
Well, what became of them?
Oh, they were installed. My goodness, yes, they were. All very, very expensive. There they were, shiny, bright and new. You pressed a button marked press. And you got out a jet of unbearably hot water which removed all the flesh from your hands. It was very unpleasant. Naturally, the men went on strike. Munich took the view that hot water was obviously a novelty to the British working man. It was very, very unpleasant.
Yes, I can imagine.
Yes, yes. See, you see, it's called time and motion because it wastes a lot of time and generates one hell of a lot of emotion. Alice, dear, Alice, would you repair to the canteen and acquaint Mr. Blundell with the intelligence I would like to see him here? At the double.
No, look, I don't want to cause any trouble.
She's in love with an Arab, you know. Well, I'm not exactly. It comes from Nuneaton.
My wife comes from Nuneaton.
She dark-skinned?
Julia? No.
Oh, well, it takes all sorts.
Look, this dispute, I wouldn't want Frank to think that it's...
I once had a thing about dark-skinned women, you know. I called it my Hiawatha period. And then I met Monica.
She's quite fair, isn't she?
No. Well, it depends on the light.
Look, I assume that Frank knew about the brochure.
Mind you, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. I mean, I was swept off my feet by Monica. Highly intelligent woman. She runs the local art gallery, you know. She started the whole thing up herself. I mean, I couldn't have done it.
Julia's a philumist.
Oh, my God, I'm so sorry.
No, I mean she's into matchboxes.
Beg your pardon?
Things you get matches in.
Yeah, I know about matchboxes, yes.
They're quite valuable, some of them. Matchboxes take her all over the country.
Extraordinary thing.
Mr. Blundell, and now look, those two photographers on the shop floor... And
No.
What?
Do you mind? My department. Hmm?
Oh, sorry.
Now, Mr. Blunt, those two photographers on the shop floor. I have made certain inquiries, and this is really going to amuse you. It really is. They're not time and motion study people at all. They're simply photographers taking some photographs for a company brochure. You see? No, Mr. Walker's been telling me all about it. So you see, we were both wrong, both of us. It really is quite a scream, isn't it?
Is that it?
What?
Is that the story you expect me to tell my members?
Yes.
You're not serious.
I'm desperately serious.
What's this brochure for, then?
Granville? What's this brochure for, then?
Well, it's a brochure.
It's a brochure.
Yeah.
Go on, Granville, go on.
Well, you know, I mean, companies like to put out this sort of thing to the trade. Customers, suppliers, people like that.
With pictures of my members.
Well, yes, I mean, they are employed by the company.
To manufacture kitchen units, not pose for photographs.
Oh, no, they're not going to pose for photographs, Mr. Blundell. No, they just go about their work in their normal, vigorous fashion, you know. And these photographers, they simply just photograph and snap away. Click.
So, photographic likenesses of my members are going to be distributed across the world for anyone to see, friends and foe alike. Well, I call that a clear-cut invasion of privacy.
Yeah, privacy. Hmm? Yeah, but how? I mean, why?
How would you like it if I went round and took pictures of your wife, peeling the spuds or scrubbing the kitchen floor, and then flogged them to the news of the world?
I hardly think the news of the world would be interested in Mrs. Thornfield's.
Shut up, Granville. That is entirely different.
In what respect?
Well, I hardly think the news of the world will be interested in Mrs. Thornfield. Look, do you think we could get hold of some actors?
Dressed up as Blundell's members?
Yes. I mean, I put the price up a bit, I know, but still.
Plus the fact they wouldn't get further than the main gate.
What?
Pardon?
We operate a closed shop, Mr. Walker. Nobody lays a finger on our equipment except us.
But it's not your equipment, it's Hoffman Pressburger's equipment.
Would you care to enlighten your middle management colleague on the facts of life, time of day, etc.?
Look, they wouldn't actually be making any kitchen units.
Shut up, Granville.
No, all right. We'll hire a photographic studio, we'll make a mock-up of the shop floor and put the actors in there.
Masquerading as my members.
Well, no, I wouldn't have used the word masquerading myself.
For pay?
Well, yes, of course, for pay.
You'd be employing non-union labour to do the work that my members should be doing.
You just said I wouldn't do it.
That's quite beside the point.
Why is it quite beside the point?
Will you shut up, Granville? Will you shut up? Will you shut up? Mr. Blundell, would you kindly return to your flock and tell them that I have made an executive decision. We return to the status quo. Cameras back in the cases, photographers to hell out.
That being the case, I shall report back. But I promise nothing. Good morning, gentlemen.
I'm back.
Hi.
Hi. Well, have a good day.
Not bad. You?
Oh, not bad. It's just a small stoppage. A one-act farce, really. More than a full Greek tragedy.
Bernard's dad's going to write to Moscow for us.
Jolly good. He's got friends at the Kremlin, has he?
No, he's got a large electric typewriter in his office. He said if the letter doesn't look right, nobody will take us seriously.
Oh, yes, absolutely, yes, yes. Where's your mum?
Upstairs. Crying.
Did you say crying?
Well, sort of sniffing, actually. There's nothing I could do, apparently.
Good heavens.
It's you.
Robert says you've been crying.
Oh, don't be so silly. Of course I haven't. I'm just going to make a cup of tea. Would you like one?
No, I think I'd have a small, insignificant scotch. A little bit of a celebration, you know. Will you join me?
Why not?
Jolly good. Well, how was the case, Oh, you did get picked, I presume?
Told you.
What's the matter? What was?
It's that boy.
Robert, what have you been doing?
No. The boy in the dock.
Boy?
Well, he's 29 or 30, but he looks so young, so vulnerable.
Fair curly hair and big blue eyes. That's as far as I could get.
Oh, shut up, Robert. Darling, come and sit down. What did he do then? Did he steal a loaf of bread for his starving old mother?
Worse than that.
His starving old children?
He pushed a policeman.
My God. An extraordinarily large policeman, was it?
He sort of hit him with a wooden thing.
A pencil?
They said it was a pick handle, whatever that
He hit him with a pick handle? I thought you said he was young and vulnerable.
is. Oh, Edwin, he is. Oh, and the father is an absolute brute. He's a tobacconist. And the mother, well...
Well, what?
I'll tell you later.
Anyway, this young chap, he was standing around just minding his own business, gently swinging this pick handle, and this big policeman happened to walk into it, did he?
Oh, it was all a silly accident. Do you remember the unofficial strike at the newsprint warehouse?
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, all they were doing was asking this lorry driver not to drive his lorry, which seems a perfectly reasonable thing to me. But then, all of a sudden, they were descended upon by a battalion of policemen. Well, then, obviously, they had to defend themselves, didn't they?
Yes, yes. And this extraordinarily large police, but how large was he, by the way?
I didn't say he was large. You said he was large.
Well, this normal-sized policeman, and he started attacking this boy, did he? With truncheons and knuckle dusters.
I didn't say that.
Well, what did you say, darling? What did happen?
There was a sort of a bump, and the policeman fell down. And this poor, wretched boy was descended upon by about a dozen other policemen and dragged away. But that isn't the point. Consider his background. This child never had a chance, Edwin. Rotten home, rotten school. Well, of course, he was always playing truant. But, you know, one has to admire him.
One does?
He has such a wonderful mind. Oh, and when the prosecution tried to trip him up, Ronnie was marvellous.
Ronnie?
I don't approve of his politics, but basically, Ronnie cares about things, about the class struggle. Oh, Ronnie may be one of the have-nots of this world, but he is good and courageous and terribly vulnerable. And as far as I'm concerned, he is innocent and we are the guilty ones.
Is this the lady who all our wedded life has never tired of telling me that I'm too soft on the workers?
So you are.
That I should take more notice of the shareholders?
She's flipped, that's all.
What do you mean, flipped?
Won't last.
And how do you know my inflatable little Bertrand Russell?
Women are all the same. Miss Barnes at school used to be potty about Marcus Rowbottom because he had blue eyes and a lisp. And then she discovered he was training a troop of cockroaches to form a human pyramid. She went right off him.
That is just the reaction I would expect from a pampered, overprivileged male. I'm going to have a bath.
Now look what you've done. Suddenly I don't feel like supper anymore. Black bread and river water. Thank you.
Ah, Edwin, I've been on to the Department of Employment.
What?
They were fairly useless, but I'm pressing on. I want 50 Yugoslavians.
Right. You want what, Frank?
I had a word with Munich, and they brought out what you said.
No, it wasn't me. I didn't say that, Frank.
Oh, yes, you did.
No, Frank, I didn't.
It was your idea and a damn good one, too, so let's have none of this ridiculous modesty. Sit down. If you are tough and aggressive, let the world know it. They will respect you more for it, Edwin.
Frank, we haven't got 50 vacancies.
We could have.
Oh, no, Frank, not that. Not layoffs.
I heard about your fiasco yesterday. Some people need horsewhipping.
Well, that was just a little misunderstanding, Frank.
Who runs this firm, them or us?
Oh, we do. No, you do. You and Munich. Well, no, you run it, Frank. You run the firm. But I presume you do run it to make a profit. And not just for the hell of coming into work every day. Frank, I think I should tell you this. If you were to sack 50 British Union members and replace them with 50 Yugoslavians, you and Munich would be running a graveyard.
That's what the Department of Employment said. I didn't expect the same garbage from you.
It's not garbage, Frank. We could be near to another general strike.
That is the most gutless, defeatist talk I've heard this year. I want 50 Yugoslavians.
Frank, I want 50 Japanese dancing girls to rub me down with warm sake. But Monica says no.
You asked her?
No, Frank, I didn't ask her, Frank. No, what I mean is this. You see, it takes me all my time, wit, courage, patience, charm to keep our present labour force bending and pressing.
Oh, get Blundell in here. I'm sure if I explain it to him, he'll see my point of view.
Frank, it will not work.
I am willing to buy Blundell. What does he want? Larger house? Japanese car?
Frank, you cannot buy someone who has everything he needs.
Don't be ridiculous, Edwin.
Frank. Mr. Blundell is our senior shop steward. He is the messiah of the mass-produced kitchen unit industry. He doesn't want a larger house. He's never at home. He doesn't want more money. He has no time to spend it. Frank, the only thing that Mr. Blundell would want that you could possibly give him would be a nice, big, fat, juicy industrial crisis.
They're not going to get away with this. I shall think of something. Something absolutely horrible. When I have finished with them, Edwin, they will wish they'd never left Yugoslavia.
We didn't bring in the verdict today. I think the judge had another engagement. We're doing it tomorrow.
How's dear Ronnie?
He looked tired. Do you think they're unkind to them in the cells?
No, not the fair-haired ones.
We had the policeman back today, the one who fell over.
Oh, yeah, the big one.
He was quite small, really, without his helmet.
But thick-set with it.
He Or glasses.
They're always the worst.
Edwin, I'm worried about Robert. He does seem to be getting awfully right-wing. I suppose it's our fault. We've always tried to give him the best of everything. Encouraged him to take his privileges for granted. We can't really blame him if he turns out to be a stereotype boss-class capitalist.
Boss class? Who's boss class?
You are.
Oh, that is charming, I must say. I've been with Frank Lazenby all the afternoon, practically wrestling with him on the floor of his office, just to stop him from sacking 50 workers. Frank thinks I'm a communist.
Oh, no, Edwin. You were just going through the routine charade. You were only trying to save the workers so they could generate more wealth for the shareholders.
Monica, for how long is this trial going to continue?
What?
I mean, what has happened to you? I think I'll go and telephone the judge.
Oh, yes, that's right. You go and side with the establishment. That boy is so defenseless.
That defenseless? Good God, he hit a copper with a pick handle.
He's so confused.
How do you think the bloody copper felt?
I wouldn't want to give up all this.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm glad you wouldn't want to give it up. Good.
Surely there is something we can do to ease the plight of the masses, make some contribution to the sum of human happiness.
Yes, there is. Yes. Tell you what we'll do. When this Ronnie character's got off, and I presume you've arranged all that, we will invite him here for a couple of weeks' holiday. Huh? Yes, he can have the upstairs spare room. And then during the day, he can give lectures on the class struggle to Vera Porchester's Wild Bird's Coffee Morning. And in the evenings, he can teach our dear son Robert to go around bashing people with 4-foot bits of wood. In the meantime, I am going out into the garage to file my teeth.
That brought all that on.
Not in, I imagine.
Not yet, Mr. Blundell.
If you don't mind, I'll wait.
Not at all.
Mr. Blundell, what the hell's going on? The place is like a morgue.
An apt choice of words, if I may say so.
So who's dead?
The spirit of trust, Mr. Thornfield.
Oh, my God. What has happened now?
What's happened? Time and motion's happened, that's what's happened.
Well, don't be ridiculous. I settled
Well, my
that.
members came in this morning. There were 6 gentlemen waiting for them with stopwatches. Underwritten authorisation from Mr. Lazenby.
Nothing to do with me. Frank signed a party personally. Oh, no, panic! Now, Mr. Blundell, I presume your members are e'en now down in the canteen, drowning their sorrows, right?
Oh, dear me, no, Mr. Thornfield. This is a real thing. My members have already left the building. They're now gathered in an angry knot in the temperance hall across the road. I will be joining them immediately for the purpose of organising coal collection, pickets, rotors, etc. If you want me, I'll be at the brazier at the main gate.
The brazier? In August?
I'll be there for a long time.
That's it, then. You see? He's finally gone mad.
Blundell.
No. Lazenby. He's flipped. Flipped! Don't you speak English?
Why has he done that?
Revenge!
On whom?
Oh, against the workers, their very existence.
Not quite, Edwin. Behaving like a crowd of schoolgirls at a strip club, actually. You know you can't even blow your nose in this place without the entire workforce coming out in sympathy. Well, I'm not going to have it.
Frank, do tell me that I am dreaming. Do tell me there is not a T&M study going on downstairs.
But there is. Or would be if we had any employees.
Frank, we gave an undertaking, a sacred undertaking. No time and motion studies without full consultation with the union.
Hasn't Blundell been to see you?
Well, of course he has.
Well, there you are then. Consultation. We kept our part of the bargain.
Well, the workers don't think so, Frank. They've left the building already. I mean, and without workers, we cannot produce Princess Grace kitchen units, and without Princess Grace kitchen units, Munich will be most upset.
So how would you rationalize the situation?
Apart from shooting myself, you mean?
Bring in workers from elsewhere. Good, honest men a long way from home.
No, Frank, not the Yugoslavians again.
No.
Oh, thank God for that.
Koreans. They'll work all day for a handful of rice.
Robert out, is he?
Out. It's 20 minutes to 10. Robert's been in bed for hours. Office party?
I should be very careful what I said if I were you. Ronnie gone to bed too, has he? Ronnie, you know, you're tame terrorist. I think I'm going to join his revolution. I don't care what he's against. I'm against it too.
He's been sent down. I believe that is the expression, isn't it?
Sent down where?
He's got 2 or 3 years, I think. I didn't wait for the sordid details.
You mean he was convicted?
You know, he turned out to be rather a deceitful little man. Did you know that he's been married twice? He's been collecting the dole at 3 different offices under 3 different names. And he was extremely rude to the judge.
What's that got to do with anything?
And that poor policeman, do you know he's got a very nasty bruise. And he's got such a nice wife. She was there in court. Do you know, she reminds me of Alice Hepworth's sister.
Monica, I think you've betrayed the revolution.
Edwin? I think you've had enough to drink for one day, don't you? You know what you're like the next morning. And if I read the signs right, you've almost certainly been upsetting people in the office, including Frank. Managing directors don't like that. Think how you'd feel if your underlings caused trouble. I think